guys, and welcome to Classic Rock and Country Music Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on Glen Campbell, the old Rhinestone Cowboy. And here's 6 facts about Glen Campbell. Campbell nearly died as a toddler, one of 12 kids born into an Arkansas sharecropping family. During the worst of the Depression, Campbell wandered into the Little Missouri River as a toddler and began to drown. Though he was unresponsive when pulled from the water, his brother Lindell refused to give up trying to resuscitate him, and Glen miraculously lived, leading his family to believe he was special. He became a gifted guitarist as a child. When Campbell was 4, his dad bought the boy a Sears and Roebuck guitar. Glen's lookalike uncle, William Boo Campbell, who was only 7 years older than Glen, taught him how to play, and the pair opened for Hank Williams when Glen was just 10. A few years later, the boys hit the road, and by that time, Glen was in his mid-teens. He helped support his family with his earnings. He was sought after session musician before he went solo. Planting the roots for his crossover success, Campbell played guitar for a jaw-dropping number of famed musicians, including the Beach Boys, Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, and the Rat Pack, Nat King Cole, Merle Haggard, the Monkees, Doris Day, and Lou Rawls. By the time he turned 30, he had played on more than 530 recorded songs and was a member of the famed session musician collective, the Wrecking Crew. Campbell wasn't really a good-time guy. At the time when America was struggling under the weight of the Vietnam War and other social and political upheavals, folks longed for a simple distraction. Campbell's crossover musical appeal and burgeoning film career, affable personality, and winning appearances on the host of the variety hours made him a natural for a show of his own. Glen Campbell Good Time Hour debuted on CBS in 1969. But Campbell and the network had different ideas of what the show should be. Campbell was an avid fan of multiple music genres and also wanted to give a leg up to more rough-hewn country acts like Waylon Jennings and Merle Haggard. CBS had something more country and corny in mind. The result was a compromise. While Campbell hosting likes Johnny Cash, the Beatles, the Monkees, Tom Jones, Cher, Ella Fitzgerald, Thelma Houston, Stevie Wonder, and Neil Diamond, but also Andy Griffith, Jim Nabors, Roy Clark, Bess Parker, and Buddy Hackett. In his autobiography, Campbell said at the time, "I didn't have a career, my career had me." His love life was rocky. He was married his first wife, Diane, when he was just 17, and she was 15 and pregnant. They divorced 5 years later, and Campbell wasted no time in wedding his second wife, Billie Jean. Though she was critical of her husband's career, the union lasted 16 years. He next married Sarah Davis, the former wife of his pal and fellow country singer Mac Davis. "I can't be alone," he explained. When that union ended 4 years later, he entered a short-lived high-profile romance with a much younger country music firebrand, Tanya Tucker, who he labeled one of the finest female talents at God Let's Draw Breath. Despite Campbell's outwardly easygoing ways, the pairing was fiery, feuded by bad habits, public brawls, and frequent breakups. "I regret a lot of things," Tucker, now 66, told the Chicago Tribune in 2018. "I was too cocky. I wanted him to try a little harder. One more time would have worked, you know." Before they had a chance to reconcile for good, one of Campbell's band members set him up with a 22-year-old rockette, Kim Woolen, who stayed by his side until his death and remains an advocate for those with Alzheimer's disease. He was besties with Alice Cooper. Though the Rhinestone Cowboy and the godfather of shock rock might seem an odd couple, Campbell and Cooper were great friends after the devout Christians met at church. "We couldn't have been closer," Cooper said of his longtime golf buddy and family friend whose kids grew up with Campbell's. "He had charisma that you just can't buy." Cooper spotted signs of Campbell's Alzheimer's well before he was diagnosed, even though he was still professionally on top of his game. Eddie Van Halen tricked Cooper into an introduction to Campbell. Though Eddie Van Halen was considered one of music's premier guitar players, he was still in awe of Campbell. Knowing their mutual friend Alice Cooper frequently golfed with Campbell in their adopted hometown of Phoenix, Van Halen finagled an invite, hoping to score a guitar lesson with his hero. Now that's got to tell you something about the talent of Glen Campbell when Eddie Van Halen wants a guitar lesson. And if you have not watched, I don't know if it's still on Netflix or not, they did a biography of this following Glen Campbell through his Alzheimer's. And he was forgetting names, he forget words to songs, but he had like a teleprompter on stage with the words to the songs. And then when it come time to play the guitar, just said guitar solo. Never forgot how to play that guitar. He was still hot as fire on that guitar. It was just amazing to watch. And it's a good documentary to see if you get the chance. All I got for you guys, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please like this video. I'd appreciate it. You have a great day. God bless you, and I'm praying for you.